Hi, I'm Ebony and today we'll be looking at materials and modelling in 3ds Max. Materials help determine the appearance of objects in the 3D scene. In real life, an object's appearance, such as colour and shininess, depends on how it reflects light and/or how light shines through it. In 3ds Max, you use materials to simulate effects including colour, reflectivity, transparency, detail, and so on. You can create materials in the Slate Material Editor, which you open by clicking this icon in the toolbar or by pressing M on the keyboard. If necessary, you can resize the Slate Material Editor to see all 3 columns. You can also minimize it while you work to see changes in the viewport, then restore it when you need it again. You choose material and map types or ready-made materials from the Material Map Browser panel. The View panel is where materials and maps appear as nodes that you can connect or wire together. And you can edit the material map controls in the Parameter Editor. The interface and available options can change depending on which rendering engine is selected. To navigate in the view, scroll the mouse wheel to zoom out and hold it down to pan. Okay, so modelling with modifiers will only take you so far. Ultimately, you want more control over your models in a way that resembles sculpturing. For that, you need polymodelling. This method of modelling starts with a simple primitive object, so you need more modelling tools to let you shape the surface. If we just draw a simple box, then in the modify panel set the length, width and height values to an even 20 units to make a perfect cube. You can access Convert to Poly through the modelling ribbon when you click the right quad menu or the modify panel by clicking in the stack. It's also helpful to turn on Edges Face using the shortcut F4. Once you convert your model, you'll have many options for accessing the sub-object modes. The keyboard shortcuts 1 for vertex, 2 for edge, and 3 for borders, 4 for polygon, and 5 for elements help the modelling process speed up. A sub-object is the underlying geometry that can be edited on a 3D mesh. An editable polygon has 5 sub-objects modes available. The vertex, which is the number 1 in the shortcuts, is a simple point in space. An edge, number 2 on the shortcuts, is a line connecting to vertices, which forms the side of a polygon. And a border is generally the edges around a hole in an object. A polygon is a closed sequence of 3 or more edges forming a surface. And lastly, the element is a sub-object, which allows you to select and edit groups of polygons. To curve or bend a surface, you must add more detail by subdividing the polygons, creating more vertices and edges. The more parts or subdivisions you have, the smoother and more detailed the curvatures in the model can be, ultimately giving you more flexibility in shaping your model. You can shape your model in many ways using sub-objects. Extrude lets you push or pull the selected polygon in a direction perpendicular to its current orientation. This is not just moving the polygon, it's actually adding more geometry to the object along the extrusion. Once you have extruded it, you can move, rotate, or scale the extruded polygon any way you like to further shape the object. The bevel mode is like the extrude mode, but it also lets you scale the extrusion for a more interesting effect. This means that in the bevel mode, you drag a selected polygon to extrude it, but when you release the mouse button, you can move the mouse further to scale the polygon to your liking. Extrusions and bevels can also be used to punch holes into the geometry by pushing the extrusion into the object. These tools offer different ways to achieve the look you need for your model.